6 or 7 years ago, we went to TwitchCon and we got a tour bus to San Diego from LA. And I was like, fucking, I want 4 Locos. I grabbed 3 of them. And I had no idea how strong they were. I had an edible as well.
Yeah.
And I smashed 3 4 Locos. And I think that was the first time in my life I said, should I quit? Like everything. Because I didn't know it was in a 4 Loco. I was battling like, oh, I'm so tired from the weed. But the 4 Loco has got like, it was like.
That's an Amazon worker speedball. That's what that is.
They don't have those anymore. Didn't they replace them with robots at Amazon?
No, we still got flesh.
We got people in there.
We got bones and flesh.
No, if Warzone has players, Amazon has employees.
Oh my god.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
your country is fucked up.
It's pretty fucked up, especially right now.
What's your minimum wage?
It's $7.25 federally.
What?
So, but the idea here, political science almost minor here. The idea,
Let the political science almost major speak.
the almost minor. Thank you.
Almost minor. Excuse me.
Is that the idea is that federally it's set, but you let the states dictate what they want to set, and that is the joke of our country. Is it's market capitalism, 50 times split, and then everyone does what they want.
So what's the good state? Like what's the state that actually cares about people?
I think the highest state one is like Washington, but the cities have higher ones. So like if you live in parts of California, you can have higher
I like
ones.
live in New York as well.
Yeah.
New York City has
Places
good
like-
social programs, but X.com will tell you that it's like Fallujah, like a wasteland of war and gun bullets.
I felt like that when I walked down LA.
in LA. What part?
Any part. You walk down LA, it's like, oh, this is a nice street. Next street, tense.
Downtown.
And then you speak to them like, oh, what do you do? And they're like, I have a full-time job. I'm like, what?
Dude,
Why the fuck are you living in a tent?
I do a podcast called Chuckle Sandwich.
Dude, no, what opened my eyes for high school? My senior project, I fed the homeless, and I was like, did the whole thing about feeding. You had to do like every single homeless person in Colorado. You had to do like community service, and it was like your project. And mine was like feeding the homeless. And I met all these homeless people, and they come in, and the one guy had a PSP because this was 2008. He's like, "Oh, cool! I can charge my PSP here." I'm like, "You have a PSP? You play that?" He's like, "Yeah." Like, I live in a tent. I cannot afford to live in an apartment, but I like video games. And I'm like, oh, this is a problem.
I think I'd be quite happy living like that for some reason.
So to say.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
That's actually where that was the dark soul of man. He taught me everything I wanted. But what I'm saying is we hate our homeless, and we wish to put them in a big street.
Yeah, that's Gavin Newsom wants to put them all in one big street.
If we cared about our homeless, we would. They wouldn't be homeless. But we.
I gave a
care.
homeless guy in LA once a sandwich, like a full sandwich, not like a half-eaten sandwich, full new sandwich. And he was like, "What's in it?" And I was like, "Turkey, lettuce, tomato." He's like, "Tomato? Nah."
That's big.
And you said no.
That's an LA, like a homeless guy like went there to become an actor and he's still got that attitude. But he doesn't realize he's homeless yet.
There's no oat milk in it. Fuck off.
Our homeless problem here is getting worse. The more we follow suit with America. So we have like public housing. Do you guys have that?
Public housing.
Yeah.
For homeless people.
Yeah.
It depends. Shelters have wait times. There's like
Oh no, we have
6 months wait.
programs where we give them an apartment to live in.
We definitely don't have that.
There's,
No one
there's
would want
only
to break
like
them off.
there's a couple cities in the U.S. that do that, but
Yeah, that's the
rare.
most popular thing here. So we have.
We have cities in America, or at least in California, where being homeless is illegal.
What the fuck do they do? Kill them?
No, they show up. Cops will. I've watched this happen in front of me. Cops will drive up. They'll put them in a car and they'll drive them to the nearest city where it's legal, and they'll just drop them off.
That's a South Park episode.
I know, right? They just dump them, they ferry them off.
In a South Park episode, they would make a city. They'd all drive them to the same city, and then they would make a city. That's what would happen in that episode. Dude, it's crazy.
So why do you guys live in LA then? Because there's plenty of different places that are better.
I'd say we all have different motivation, maybe originally.
But what's the point of living in LA? You got high taxes.
Yeah, well, it depends, right? Like, at the moment, it's where we all live at the same time, right? And so we do a show with 4 of us, which is like the biggest thing in 3 of our lives. So it's like if we moved, then
I think the biggest
that would
thing
be
for
bad.
people is just work. Like you have some sort of opportunity
Yeah.
in a niche industry like entertainment that is going to be in Los Angeles, and
Yeah.
you just kind of have to go there to
It'd
do
be
it.
really hard to do what I want to do, not there.
Because there's so many resources available as well to like if
Yeah.
you need someone for something, it's very that's like one thing about Australia with anything we want to do that lines with that scope, it's like a select group of people. There's like you worked with the same people we worked with coincidentally.
Yeah.
It's like, it's because it's the only people here that do it.
I feel like Nick will be like, oh, we don't, our $20,000 camera isn't working right now. What if we went down the street and got a different one?
From our friend
From
across
our friend
the street
who also
has one.
owns just
rental
insane
house,
equipment
like
like
that.
that because all these resources are in one place.
What was really funny is
big
that
part of
we shot a music video while we were here for Tricky Mac and Matey, and we were casting for extras, and as we were casting, they had a bunch of people who reached out to like the casting call, and I was like I was like talking about the people out loud, and the producers they had basically already casted all these people in other things, and we're like, oh, let's show you some stuff they're in that we've shot.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's crazy. That would never happen in LA. You would never get a casting call from like the same overlap of people. There's
Probably only 10 people here.
there's
Probably
so
do it.
many fucking actors.
A career extra is kind of a cool.
Yeah.
That's like what Australia can afford as an option.
It's getting a bit better here because the I don't know if people watching will give a shit about this, but our government did like a...
Listen up, you fucking idiots. It's government time. I think it's interesting. Political science, almost minor.
They... Really?
Almost minor. One credit away.
They did like a rebate thing. Like if they come and shot your movies here, you get a massive rebate from the government. And it helps like our tourism industry and stuff like that. So a lot of movies. So Talk to Me. Have you guys seen that?
No.
That was shot by our friends Danny and Michael.
Wait, is that the YouTuber movie?
Yeah. A24 bought it.
Yeah. I know about this.
That was shot in Adelaide here.
Okay.
There was a massive rebate. So like, yeah, let's fucking film here. It was funded by like Film Australia and stuff like that. So now that we have a bunch of rebates, a lot of people are actually coming over here and trying to shoot movies and find actors. And a lot of actors are actually moving here as well.
Isn't Hugh Jackman Australian?
Yeah.
I didn't know for 20 years. I'm not kidding.
Really?
He was
He's
Wolverine.
like an Australian icon for us.
Yeah, dude. To me, he was.
That and
He was
Chris
Logan.
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth, yeah.
What?
Dude,
Yeah, we got
didn't
two,
know
we
that?
got two superheroes.
Margot Robbie?
I didn't know that for a while, but I do know that now.
That's crazy.
Dude, that's crazy.
I'm missing a few, but there
That
are
you
a
don't
lot.
know.
I just didn't
Max
think
Mofo?
about it.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
I know. I
Are
know.
you kidding me?
He's Australian.
I thought he was doing a bit the whole.
Is the Australian accent really that appealing?
Is it appealing?
Okay, fuck off.
No.
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 Can I get a couple of meat pies and perhaps some Milo?
Can I have an AK-47? Someone bullied me at school.
Wow.
But still doing it in your Australian
why are we
accent.
at McDonald's right now? I don't understand.
My dad's from New York. It's so nostalgic to hear.
You got a truck, go vote for Trump.
Fucking Trump.
Yeah, fucking Trump, keep my guns.
Dude, being American sucks.
God, we should take you to a rally and you do your
What's a
American
rally?
accent. Like a Trump rally.
Oh, that's a real thing? I thought those were jokes.
What do you
No,
mean
they're
jokes?
real.
Do you not have gatherings here where everyone supports their political figure in election time? Do you elect people?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like
But
a-
usually we just gather around the pubs and
Okay.
then we put it on the TV and we just drink and watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh,
like
yeah.
And then it kind of wraps up and then you bet on those virtual greyhounds right after.
Yeah, literally.
ponies.